Hey, you got time for a beer? I know I do. Welcome to my show. My name's Jake. It's not Thursday, but I do have a new beer for you. This one is Bell's Flamingo Fruit Fight Session Sour Ale with cherry. There's a bunch of these, and I think I got this in a fruit flight, if I remember correctly. It's really tough to say quickly, so try to slow that down a little bit for you. Don't forget, you can find me on Untapped YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, all at @tubajake_69. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. Hopefully you do too, because, I mean, you're watching this, so I'm going to tell you a story. It's going to happen. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that other people can hear the stories that I like to tell. Hopefully you like to tell stories too, because I'd like to hear your stories so I can tell them as my stories or as my friends' stories. That's usually a lot of fun too. Told you what the beer is, so yeah. Let's get this started. Okay, so it's a session sour. My guess is that it's going to be light because it's only 4.5%. This is a lot redder than what I was expecting it to be, but I mean, it says session sour. Not terribly surprising that it is red. It's got cherries in it, which, I mean, it's fitting that it's being made by Bell's and it's got cherries in it because Bell's is a Michigan brand and cherries are a big Michigan thing. There are a lot of cherries grown here in Michigan, the Lawrencey cherries, big ones, up near Traverse City, but still, it's a big deal. So it should be sour. It should taste like cherries. Generally, that's about all that I'm expecting out of this. And it's light, which is nice. It smells like wine, which also not terribly surprising, except, 4%, which is really cool. A lot more like a cherry wine than it tastes like just about anything else that I can think that it should taste like. Like a wine seltzer, if you will. It's not bad. I'd probably have another one. It's going to be thirst quenching, which is great. I mean, I like sour ales. Like 5 years back, I told my brother, the sours are going to be the next IPAs. And they sort of are, but IPAs are still IPAs. And then they came out with the New England IPA, and that's a whole different thing, which I don't know if you'd call that an IPA for real, but I mean, they're making all those flavors with hops, so maybe you do. It's sour, which is great. I like those. Is there a beer that this reminds me of? Not specifically, but I just recently had a Smooge seltzer where it's got all the extra junk in it. This one tasted like apple pie, which was great. But it kind of reminds me of that because this is like a seltzer, but it tastes like it's actually got fruit in it. Instead of being super clear and just looking like nothing, it looks like it's actually got the fruit in it. Whereas the Smooge actually has the fruit in it. This one just tastes like it. Does this remind me of a story? Let's see. Does this remind me of a story? This reminds me of, like I said, last time, I think it was last time, it was recently. This kind of reminds me of Dave Bailey. I don't spend a lot of time in Traverse City, but the one time that I spent any significant amount of time in Traverse City was for Dave Bailey's first wedding, which was a blast. It was amazing. Pulled out all the stops for this wedding. It didn't last very long. She invited her boyfriend to their wedding, which I didn't get at the time, but it's possible that it's just a thing that I didn't understand then. But I don't think Dave understood it at the time either. But it was a lot of fun. younger college days. Not that this would have been like before I should have graduated. This would have been after that because my brother was definitely there with me, and he knew Dave because Dave's a great guy to know. So anyway, they put all of the tubas at the same table in this gigantic place. I think it was near Holiday Inn if I remember right, but it was a big dome. Big dome. And all the stuff was set up around all the tables are set up around the outside, and dance floor's in the middle. You got the bridal party sitting up at the front, opposite of where you'd have to go to get to the bathroom. So they'd have to walk all the way across to get to the bathroom, which turned out really good for us, but also not really good for them. So they decided to start like close to where we were. Sweet. They went halfway around, stopped at the table before us, went back to the other side, and then came all the way back around so that we were last, which was a terrible idea for them because then we didn't eat until last. And obviously we're going to bring the party, and we're not going to stop drinking that entire time. We loaded up on drinks. I don't think they were actually serving during that time. Beer and wine probably. But we loaded up beforehand. And if we hadn't, we had a guy that had some booze out in his van. Thank you, Just John. So we're getting a little bit drunk because that's what we do. Or we did. Dave just gets up, he's done eating, decides he needs to go to the bathroom. So, you get the thing in Michigan where you clink on the glasses and they've got a kiss. So Dave goes to go to the bathroom, ding, 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 ding. We're getting all loud and stuff because that is what we do, especially when I've been drinking, I tend to get loud. That was back when I was actually drinking hard alcohol too, so louder even. Floaties. So Dave goes to try to go to the bathroom, gets about halfway through it, and I was like, hey, watch this. Start dinging on the glass, and he runs back, kisses his wife. Yay! He starts back, gets about halfway again. We start up again, because obviously we could tell what he's doing, because we don't have anything better to do. They didn't give us any food. It would have been a better idea for them to just do what we thought they were going to do. Whew. Sorry about that. So anyway, we let them do that like 3 or 4 times, and then eventually we let them go because they were starting to get closer to us. It was fun messing with Dave, for sure. But also there was a lot of dancing at that party, and that was a really good time. I don't want the floaties. Sorry, it's nothing against that, but not my thing. Anyway, that was really good. I've got a quote for you. This one's from Agatha Christie. She writes mystery novels, or wrote mystery novels, because it was a while ago. But anyway, she said, "We never know the whole man, though sometimes, in quick flashes, we know the true man." So you can know as much as you can about somebody, and you still don't know exactly what they're thinking, I think is what she's trying to say. But little bits and pieces, you can know kind of what they're like. Let's see. So don't forget, you can find me at Untapped YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, @TubaJake_69. Don't forget to tell me your stories, because I like hearing them. Hopefully you like hearing these too, because I'll keep telling them. Whether or not you tell me your stories, I'll keep telling my stories. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that other people get to hear my stories, because I like it when people hear my stories. Anyway, I'll see you next time. When you got time for a beer.